Welcome everyone. Today is a very special day. I mean, for everybody that doesn't know me, which will be maybe like a lot of people. I live in United States. I am like the main, I would say the main content creator in Spanish for Cryptomines, but I live in United States, so I think I'm gonna be able to do this in English. I have, of course, my thick Spanish accent, but let's call it charming. I hope all of you are gonna be happy about this today. And I don't know what is this guy showing me. What are you showing me? What were you showing me on the screen? So we're gonna have all the developers, I mean the devs from Cryptomines giving us all the news about the new, well, all the updates. I mean, it's a lot of things to talk about. We might have questions regarding what just happened in the past 2 days. But we're gonna start, and they're here live with us. And welcome, let's put it here. The developers for Cryptomines. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello guys, how are you
everyone.
doing?
How you doing today, guys?
We're pretty good.
Good.
Pretty good,
calm,
pretty
yeah.
good.
Kind of nervous because there's many people watching.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people watching.
Yeah.
I'm not checking. And I'm
Yeah,
nervous
but-
too. I
maybe
see
it's
over
this
4,000
is,
people on Twitch, and we have over like almost 2,000 in Trovo. So I guess we're gonna do great. But the idea is to give people some peace of mind. I mean, I know we have dropped from an all-time high of over like 850, and now we went all the way down to $50, and now we catch up and we're kind of balancing. That's one main concern that people had. But you brought us this amazing news about all the new updates. You're tossing it in our face all together. And I think that's gonna be our main conversation today.
Yeah. I guess this is the biggest MAA we have participated. Right now we have like hot MAA with Binance and was a lot, less people than here. So yeah, congratulations on that, Koji.
Everybody wants to hear, I guess. Everybody wants to hear what the heck happened. What is any of what happened was your responsibility for not trying to bring, let's say, new updates a little bit faster. I mean, you were doing it like weekly, but this one is that we had a small hiatus, like almost 2 weeks. I know you were gonna do something, but what happened for real? And there are many people saying that it was you, that you were holding tokens in different accounts, all that. Can you give us a plain explanation of what happened? What's the reality? There are so many weird stories going around. Give us your perspective. What happened? What are you trying to do to control it? And what is the truth about all this?
Yeah. Maybe we can start explaining what happened with the token price or the price action on the eternal price. Yeah. So basically, the eternal price is driven by the community trust, and only the community trust. That's all. We as a developers, we don't have like any action on the token price, regardless of the development of the project. So the project was very hyped, like a lot. Like we know that the community loves the game, the community loves the trust on the developers, and we're very glad that your community is very lovely with us. But that caused a lot of doubts when the price start going down. So it's hard for play to earn community, because play to earn community is really hard. Like right now, there are too many projects that have like many projects that only last long like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and when people they start seeing the price drops, they are like panic selling and stuff. So yeah, that's the main reason that the token prices start going down, and yeah, we only can to talk with the user, talk with the big investors, and talk, maybe to recover the trust on the game, because as I say, the token price is only driven with the trust of the users on the project, and the project has no change at all. The fundamental of the project has no change at all. So it was only panic souls, and that's all.
That we're gonna build Cryptomines together, the roadmap to 2022. So this is what we're trying. We're gonna pick up from whatever these whales did to the game, and we're gonna bring an amazing game for 2022 with a bunch of solutions in order to give sustainability to the game. Am I right with this?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. So we'll start with the new planets. We're gonna have new planets. What can you tell me about it? As soon as I saw it, I was like, whoa, that's too much money for whoever invests this. It looks pretty crazy. Tell us, what is the idea behind these new planets, and why so much money if you hit it in that 30% or whatever percentage you get? Oh.
Yeah, sure. Regarding these new planets, we were always thinking how to best scale, right? This this, let's say, multiplicative rewards, right? These exponential rewards are quite difficult to scale when you try and keep upgrading the amount of mind power required, right? In order for it to be worth it, it needs to scale the same as it was scaling before, right? So our solution to this, let's say, issue was actually make only 3 planets, which will require huge amounts of mind power. Thus, this will allow us to actually revalorize, right? Let's say, to make a new value for all of the high rarity workers and high rarity ships, right? Since they were mostly unused at the moment, they were mostly being taken by people who were looking for 4,900 mind power fleets, right?
Yes.
With these changes, we also what we accomplish with this is actually making the players who took the decision right beforehand to get more mind power, to get more slots on their fleets, to be able to reward them with a reward that, right, an eternal reward that was worthy of what they invested, right? This is the main idea behind these planets. And of course, they will have different mechanics, as we've stated before. The rates will actually impact the success rate of these new planets, so that will be important. The maximum success rate that will be able to be achieved will also be capped, right? So these people to be able to gain these rewards, right? We'll be playing with the success rate on that front as well. And the fuel costs will also be varied, since the fuel cost has been linear when coming behind this, right? When coming before. So all of those features will allow us to make these planets and pay those rewards, along with helping the players who invested and who will buy this level of fleets, right? And these mind power fleets, they're pretty expensive as well. So yeah, we've also made these planets on a different scale than before. We actually took a lot of different variables, which we feel actually help it make it more interesting, right? It makes it more interesting because there are many features involved with this, and this will also feed into our land system, which will be coming up next.
This is basically something that is going to help the ecosystem, but it's only people that have a lot of buying power in order to get it, or you're going to make some mechanism that the average Joe is going to be able to scale into these levels. That's a very important. And when are you going to put this, when are you going to implement this? For example, that's a big question, because we're talking about lands, we're talking about new planets and new systems. How fast can we see this?
First of all, when talking about the investment of the players and who is scaled to these planets, right? You're correct in assuming that it is indeed for the higher budgets, right?
Yes.
Many players can also scale to this with reinvestment of the game, right? When people invest in the game, they get more mind power and they're able to scale towards these new heights, so to speak, right? So yes, players do have ways to access these new planets. They're able to do it when they reinvest. It is the way intended for the game to be played. If you enter the game with let's say a low budget, and you start with a set amount of MP, which is very low, you are able to keep scaling and to gain these rewards in the future, right? And this also incentivizes the players to reinvesting on the game, right? Which is the main idea behind it all. So this will also, as you said before, this will also help our lower mind power players. Why? Because there's an steady influx, right, of high capital, which will be able to keep the economy healthier, right? I know many people are scared right now of whales. I know many people don't like whales. I know it's a popular thing to hate, right? And we also know that they can do as much harm as they do good, right? But whales are important, and they are basically there to keep the economies healthy, right? Big investment helps the price. When prices go up, people are happy. When prices go down, people are not happy, of course. But this is in large scale due to the investment of people who have a lot of money. So we cannot shy away from those sort of investments.
Did it ever cross your minds to create a second token to try to avoid the extraction of the token? I don't agree with that. From the whales, I think the whales are unavoidable. Am I right with that statement?
Yeah. Creating a second token is like it's not good for the economy. The economy, the game is driven by eternal, and it's gonna keep like that. Like if we create another token, we need to put liquidity on that token again. We need to the user need to add liquidity to that another token, and if we don't do that, that secondary tokens will be like the same volatile as the eternally. So it's better to add liquidity to the current token, the eternal token, and yeah, that's your like mitigation for the whales.
Tell us a little bit. So what's the first change that you're gonna do? And I'm putting right now on the screen. I just went to the second part, which is a change of economic model to monetize the project.
Yeah, for sure. The first thing we would like to make is the change of the economic model, as Malu said. It's the simplest thing to implement, and it's one of the main causes of FUD, right? In regards to the game. So getting, so to say, rid of those tokens will actually improve the trust of the community and of new players in the crypto space that can enter the game or can even buy the token, right? This is one of the main ways we have to combat these feelings of uncertainty that are going on. And this is the best way to start the medium, which is why it comes right after planets. Right after this change of economic model, we're planning on adding a couple things, which is the loot boxes, the opening of those loot boxes, and the cosmetic boxes, right? This is the eternal boxes, so that's the one we're talking about. After that, we'll probably make the new planets. All of this is in the span of a couple of weeks, right? We'll need a couple of weeks to be able to deploy everything and make the front end real pretty for the players. I think this will be the main features that are coming up, like as soon as possible. I cannot give you actually a certain date. I cannot say this will be done on Tuesday, because if we have it done sooner, it'll be deployed soon.
I have a question about this specifically. So if you give me this within a week, you're gonna have something else for next week. And next week, are you gonna continue doing weekly? I think weekly updates is what keeps games alive in this world of NFT gaming. Are you gonna keep doing things like that, or you're gonna spread them even longer?
Yeah, for sure. Like raid boxes are in they are like almost ready to be deployed as well. So yeah, we have like a very good planning on all of this stuff. So yeah, weekly over week we can start delivering stuff. Like
coming into lens, right? This is an idea that we've been actually pondering for a long time. It's been quite, say, difficult, right, to find a way to implement it without making huge waves in the community, right? Because lands are something that every metaverse requires, right? Every metaverse that has been seen and every metaverse that will be coming will have some sort of land system which allows players to earn their passive rewards, right? And be able to trust and believe in a game in the future and its development. So it'll help its economy to stay more stable than it was before, right? That's the main idea behind lands. Sure, as long as many people get get their rewards, right? They'll see their whatever way they think it's best to spend their tokens, right? I understand what players are saying, and they obviously would like for there to be some sort of let's say tax or penalization, right? When people do this sort of behaviors, yeah, to take advantage of these sorts of behavioral in the market, right? So we have actually explored this idea of dividing into three groups, like I said before, right? However, we think it is not actually something that is affecting the price that much. Right now and currently, the price is being affected single-handedly by the by the claims, by the players, and by the community, right? So what we aim to achieve with this is not necessarily putting I'm thinking about this in Spanish, like a something, put something that restrains the players, right?
Yeah.
Sorry,
we don't want
yeah.
to make to control them in any way. I mean, the whole idea behind the reset at the same time was you to control your own time, because there were people staying to 3 a.m. because they had to mine at that hour, because they entered the game at that time, and they had to depend. I mean, they have to change their schedule, their life schedule, to go and mine at 3 a.m. And that was not fair at all. It was not healthy for our users. So we changed the timer to the reset so they can play whenever they want and they can manage their own time. The community choose to start and sell and mine at the same time. They never have to do that, but they choose to do that, and we can't control what the community choose to do with their opportunities. I mean, we gave them options, and you choose to do this. I mean, there is no much we can do. As Hito has said, we believe in the freedom, decentralization. That's what our project aims, or we aim, so everybody can, own their own actions, and that's what it ended up. But we first we struggled a lot, technically speaking, because it was really hard to do a reset at this time with full decentralization. Other projects had servers, they have timers, they can reset whenever they want. For us, we had to manage a way so the blockchain could work. That was not easy at all, and we can just go back. It's not easy to go back to the old method, and we really don't want to, because that will be again putting handcuff on the players, so they have to mine at this hour every time, and we don't think that's healthy. That's not a quality of life for our users. It's just not good.
Yeah. But Binance listing is like everyone wants Binance. We are when we going to list on Binance, we will announce it. Like if we can announce it even if we have like a deal right now, because it's we seeing NDAs every day, and we can do that kind of stuff. So yeah, when we can announce it, we will.
Exactly. So when it's supposed to happen, it will happen. We can
I
announce.
mean, you cannot promise that it's going to happen. You cannot deny that it will happen. So if it happens, happen. If it doesn't, well.
Exactly.
Stop waiting for it. That's when. That's all.
Okay, that's a quick question. Second, that is very important and it's affecting a lot of people. You were in the game with $100, whatever, you invested $2,000, cool, you know this is crypto, it's your own responsibility, but now it's an issue. It's the issue of the contracts. I mean, even if you want all your freaking attacks, all your mining for 7 days in a row, if you're in this point, it's so much eternal to buy a 7-day contract that it has been impossible for many people. That's what people are telling me in my Telegram. They're telling me all over. And one thing that people are saying here, why don't we help a little bit the community? Well, don't you guys? And you make a 1-day contract to avoid this fluctuation of the token that is killing them. What do you answer about that?
There are many.
Or 3-day contract. They gave me options there. Whatever you say, guys.
Sure.
Do you want to speak? Yeah. I was to say that first, we can also make that up for rotation, but we are not really. We don't really want to give us things because we don't think that is healthy for the economy.
I didn't say sorry if you understood. It's not free contracts. They're saying to be able to do only 1 day.
Oh, to enable.
No. And if anybody said free, no. I don't want you to give anything for free. Okay. You know how I am. I want this game to. No. Don't give anything free, man. No. What they're saying instead, right now we can do 7 days. Buy 7-day contracts. Buy 15 or buy 30. They're telling you to let them buy only 1 day or 3 days, a lower amount, because they don't have the eternal in the claiming, because they were not producing. I mean, I don't care because I have 300, but it was rough, man. I was paying like 0.000001 eternal, and now I'm paying like 5. It hurts.
Yeah, actually, I actually told that like we were planning on implementing that and analyzing it if it will work. So yeah.
Okay, it's been in the works. I mean, you can implement it. You can give us that soon.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great, guys. That's good news. Everybody in the chat, give them a clap. This is good news.
Yeah, eternal boxes will be paid for in BNB. They are cosmetic boxes and good to have or nice to have things that will be available for the community, right? They have similar things. Let's call them upgraded versions of a few of the items that you can get on the rates. Right, and in this way you can actually buy and sell a couple of these NFTs, right? You can get a name change, you can get a faction change, which will actually be a ticket that you can sell for a few factions. So if you get let's say a federation ticket, right, it'll be worth a ton, since federations will actually get many benefits on the upcoming updates, right? You can get actually an edit fleet, which is remove 1 to 3 or 5 workers from your fleet, and you can get remove 1 to 3 ships, right? Which will be able to allow players to edit their fleets in the case that they are stuck with certain amount of spaces or for workers, right? Many people have used some sort of different workers, and then they don't really like them afterwards, so this will be able to mitigate that impact, right? And will be able to be sold by players in the marketplace as well.
Do you have the price already, and when will it be implemented?
it'll be coming very soon. I'll say a bit after the red loot boxes are opened.
Price?
TBD.
Okay. TBD.
Right now, the state of the Binance Smart Chain is very fragile. Like when we are on your peak time, the BSC is almost unusable because the amount of transaction that Cryptomines put on the smart chain is big. It's like huge amount of transaction. So if we like to make a game like PvP on this fully decentralized game, is we cannot like have like some sort of mechanics because the limitation on blockchain in the current state. We already talked with BSC about this, and yeah, they said they will start improving the chain on the next year. So yes, that's it. We can't do much about that. Yeah, the voting power for the current like concerns is going to be in the next week. We have like this already tested, and we are trying to deploy it in production as soon as possible. We will run like this like feature, I guess, in the upcoming days, and people will start voting on that system with their main power. And yeah, that features that come from that voting power will start being deployed on the to 2022, and yeah.
I mean, on December 5th, we're gonna have like a voting, but it's a specific situation. What I was asking more was like a DAO kind of thing, like everything will be decided by the token holders. That's where you're trying to get, no? That's what you're talking about in 2022.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but not exactly the token holders. We're going to give the voting power to the players who are actually playing the game. It's going to decide by mind power.
Yeah, it's by mind power, not token power. No,
oh my god, I have some
holding.
friends that are gonna have too much power. I hate it.
Like we've said before, this is a game that we were always very much gamblers, right?
Yes.
We're gamblers by heart, and we like it a lot. And our vision for Cryptomines is take it a step further, right? Kick it up a notch. So we'll make it double, which is a function that will allow players to basically gamble their rewards every time they go to mine, or every time they go on an expedition.
It's hard for us because we don't know how the other chain is going to behave with this kind of transaction. The Binance Smart Chain was a good chain when we started. Like, was fast, was cheap, and everything was working smoothly. And yeah, but we have put like a lot of transaction, and everything was congested. And this not only Cryptomines, other games as well are doing the same. And yeah, we don't know how other chains will want to behave if we like move others chains, and it's like a big risky movement to take. So yeah,